What I'm trying to tell you is you get the cheapest deals, and we take care of our customers. But we are in the middle of a pledge drive. You can go up to the website, republicbroadcasting.org, hit the donate button on PayPal. Any amount is more than welcomed. You want to do a one-time shot? Maybe you want to give us $1,000. That'll buy a piece of equipment or two, or maybe catch up on some back bills. That's fine. If you want to make a monthly donation of, say, $25 and a monthly donation for the next 6 months, that's fine as well. But whatever you can do, please do it, because we're expanding. Every day I get talk show hosts that are calling me. I want to be on your network. I want to be on your network. I would love to put you on. I want to open up more birds to the network, but that takes infrastructure. That takes money. If you're not going to do business with the network, and you're not going to contribute to it, and we can't grow as needed. We got an entire country, ladies and gentlemen, that is about ready to go up like a 4th of July Roman candle. And we need to be here for the people that are yet to come. Always remember that. You might be up to your eyeballs with information and enjoying the heck out of yourself, sitting there like the proverbial Cheshire cat, because you're prepared. You got your gold, you got your silver, you got your food, you got your water filtration. You've seen what's coming. That's you. But there's going to be a heck of a lot of Johnny-come-latelys. They're going to need assistance and good information very quickly. That is why we are going to remain on the air with your help. 800-724-2719, or simply drop a donation in the mail to RBN 2251. Double Creek, that's 2 words, 2251 Double Creek Drive, number 302, Round Rock, Texas, 78664. And with that, we'll take the top of the hour break, continue with the phone calls with Robbie Noel and Bob Chapman, and yours truly, right after this. What are you doing over there? Hey, I'm trying to do a show here, Manimal, and you're sitting there reading your computer screen, for gosh sakes. And that just went out live over the air, didn't it? Gotcha. At any rate, second hour of the National Intel Report on this 14th day of July, folks, 2009. And Robert Chapman is with us, Robbie Noel. And we'll continue with your phone calls here. Henry in Connecticut, you're on. Go ahead.
Yeah, hi. Yeah, that was a great call from the guy in Canada. When he mentioned talking about a supplier, he's right about what he said. They're probably using Bart. He probably uses Bart Yaffe, which is the same one that I think Jeffrey Bennett and even Melody Cedarstrom and all of them use, because there's a couple of different wholesalers, but there's like what you say with Noel. There's only a few. Wholesalers even to give the best prices. And that's how it goes. It's like a chain thing. The other thing is you mentioned about the guns. That's interesting to know about that. That he got all these guns, and that there's just that they have to be registered. Well, it's true. In some case, I don't presently own a gun, but I think, owning a gun, put it this way, owning a gun with registration is probably better than no gun. Let's say for most of the populace, put it that way. Because just think of it, even if it's registered, everybody in Canada got one and it's registered, you think if they're going to have a dictatorship and all this immigrant junk and everything else they're forcing on hate crime laws and everything else, you think they're going to get everybody's gun even if it is registered? I don't think it will work. I don't know if people know this too, but I had a discussion long ago with William Cooper about this, and he told me also that there's about 30 states in this country, and one of them or two of them in New England, where you can own a machine gun. You just have to pay the tax. I think Maine is one of them. Now, not Massachusetts and not Connecticut, but Maine is one of them. I mean, a fully automatic weapon. I don't know if you know that. Are you aware of that?
I am.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. What's the other states? I know Maine is one. I'm talking to Robert. What's the other states now?
Nevada.
Right, but he said that there's 30, though.
Well, that's a lot of them.
Yeah, okay. All right, Nevada.
But, you just have to
look it up or find out.
FFL, and you pay so much a year to be able to have possession of that.
What is AFL? No, what you mentioned AFL, what is that?
I know, an FFL, Federal Firearms License.
Oh, a federal FFL. Okay, you have to have that and pay so much. Okay, all right.
Yeah, I don't know how it works because I've never legally owned automatic weapons.
Yeah.
All the ones that I ever owned were illegal.
Oh, yeah. Well, actually, Cooper was talking that, too, not to tie up your program with all this with the gun stuff, but it is fascinating. By the way, I got the invitation to Shotgun News, too. I just want to see what that's about. I never heard of that magazine. I heard of it.
It's a great publication.
Yeah, I know. Well, it's coming. I just got they're going to send me one for you.
I subscribed to it for about 30 or 40 years.
Oh, really? It's been around that long? Yeah. I don't know if people know this also, but the gun, what is it? The National Rifle Association has been selling down the Second Amendment, and people don't know this also, and they have more faith in them than they do Gun Owners of America. And
Gun Owners or Aaron Zellman's group or Gottlieb's group or anybody else, and what they don't understand is, they may have the largest membership for gun owners here in America, but they're the masters of playing politics, and the design of politics is compromise, and that's all they've been doing.
Right.
For the past umpteen years is compromising.
Right. That's what Cooper's That's what Cooper's saying. The Gun Owners of America is a better thing with Larry Kraft.
Yep, that's true.
I have one question more for Chapman.
Okay. Hold on, Henry. We'll get your call right after this. Get the balance of your call after this.
Get ready for Real Talk Radio. You're listening to the National Intel Report with your host, John Stadtmiller.
Henry, the second part to your question there.
Yeah. I was going to also tell Chapman, too. I don't know if he knows this, but he might. It's also very easy to get a gun in Finland.
Okay, let's get off the gun issue here.
Okay, all right. I wanted to ask him, I could take this off here. I wanted to ask him a question. What's going on in Germany and the Netherlands regarding the EU, regarding that guy that's also elected in the Netherlands? Is he a part of the bankers? I mean, he's anti-Muslim, which I think sounds good, because the Netherlands have been putting up with all the political correctness to try to, destroy their culture or whatever. If he knows anything about what's going on between the Netherlands, between Germany, and also Russia, even though I listen to Voice of Russia on the shortwave every evening on 9.660. Okay, and I'll just listen.
All right. Thanks, Henry.
Well, Russia Today contacted me yesterday and asked me to go on their program. And I'm not going on their program because they told me I had to have Skype. And I said, I don't have it, and I can't get it in the immediate future because of things that are going on in my life. And they sounded very disappointed. But I think it's interesting to note that the president of Russia was running around with a gold coin saying, this is the new united currency, and this is what we should be using, gold. And he had a handful of those made up for the 8 participants. And, Russia is suffering a little bit because of lower oil prices than they were before. They've had to spend a lot of money keeping their economy afloat. They've been under the same pressures that everybody else has. But they're doing relatively good. Germany is in a tough spot. Yes, the European Central Bank interest rates are 1%, but unbeknownst to most people, the M3 about a year and a half ago the increase in the M3 was about 12.8% annualized. This past month it was 3.7%. So the ECB may have come down with interest rates, but they also are choking off money and credit. And that is an introduction to get ready to experience a deflationary depression. And they are soon going to sink into that. They're looking for a minus 6% in GDP for the year for Germany, and I don't know that it'll be that bad, but it's not going to be good. And what I think they're trying to do via the European Central Bank is to bring on the deflationary phase of the depression, and at the same time try to keep the banks from collapsing. The man who was elected in Holland, I don't know a lot about him. I'll have to bow out on that one. I know basically what he stands for, but I don't know his background. And the people in Europe have experienced, since the Second World War, massive amounts of Muslims, and they're now trying to take the different countries over politically and change things to Sharia law and things like that. And the Europeans, original Europeans we'll call them, because some of these Muslims have become citizens, they don't like that. And ultimately it's going to lead to a terrible clash. And in fact, Sweden's had such problems and Denmark, that I think Denmark has now kept